As black men, you know, we're always playing the machismo, have to be bad and dope. But in this situation, you know, when your two daughters' lives are at stake, how bad can you be? Courtney, hi, how you doing?
I'm okay. How are you doing?
Hey, you know what? Living the dream.
So you surprised me with this one. I thought you were going to be the beast.
Now, he's far from the beast. He is a little more of dad. He's not a fighter or he's not a tough guy at all in this movie. He's a guy that's going to become tough for his children, you know, and you know, I know that the Hollywood version of this film is, you know, a tough guy that can fight and that can, you know, make all the right decisions and look cool. Well, in reality, nobody's ever going to do that. You know, if a lion's chasing you, you don't look cool. And so, and that was a dynamic that, you know, was definitely a choice. I wanted to take audiences on that real examination of fear. As black men, you know, we're always playing the machismo, have to be bad and dope and rah-de-rah, but in this situation, you know, when your two daughters' lives are at stake, how bad can you be? You know, you just gotta do what you got to do to save their lives, you know?
Yes, yes. So were you fighting at any point? I mean, were you face to face on set with a living, breathing tiger, or was this CGI? Like, what was I looking at?
Definitely no tigers. It's a
I
lion.
mean, why, you know.
No, but no, you know, we had no lions on the film, no real lions. We had a lion that would come visit every now and again, just so that we could take pictures of it in a particular light. And that was for special effects to sort of just understand what the light does on its fur when it's trying to recreate it. But all the fighting sequence was done with a human being in a sort of like, I don't know, he just looked like a rat to me because he had gray on and everything. But a lot of the fight choreography was done with the human being, and then a lot of it was done without that and just me by myself pretending I'm fighting this thing.
How tough was that? I mean, to know that the end result was going to look very different than what you were actually executing at the time.
It's a process. It's a layered process. You know, it's add this layer, then add this layer, put those layers together, now add this layer. For me, you know, as I said before, it was about calibrating what looks scary and realistic at the same time looks, you know, heroic to some degree. You know, it was all a bit of a gumbo.
What is the scariest real life animal encounter that you've ever had? It could have been a rowdy squirrel, or you stumbled upon a snake on the hiking trail.
I was in Vancouver making a film one time, and I woke up in the middle of the night and I heard an almighty racket. I was like, what is that? I got up, looked out my window, looked down, and there was this black bear. I had a barbecue during the day, and I left, you know, pieces of chicken on the barbecue. I didn't wash it off before I went to bed, so this thing smelled that from wherever it was and ran down. So I ran downstairs inside the kitchen and realized I had left the kitchen patio open, right? And this bear was over there, happy as Larry. He's eating these little pieces of chicken. And I had to creep over to the patio door, slide that bad boy, and he didn't notice. Woo.
Oh, no, you're supposed to yell at a bear.
Oh no. Nah, that's for the movies. Nah. I was saying no yelling. I was like, please don't look. Please don't turn around.
I love that. Thank you so much, Idris. As always, it was a pleasure.
Good to see you. Thanks so much.
Okay, bye-bye.